We're ready. We're vibing. We're here.
Alrighty. Here, I'll restart recording.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Wait Let Me Explain podcast. I'm your host today. I'm Hamiko with my co-host.
Hello, I'm Kawa.
Today we are going to be doing a episode all about time travel.
Ooh.
So Kawa, just a question to start off. Do you believe that we will be able to eventually time travel as people? Like, do you
Hmm.
think it's actually like something that is possible, or do you think it's just kind of like something that should be stuck in like science fiction? Like, it's
Oh,
not something that's ever
definitely
going to
not.
happen.
Definitely not. Like with the way, like we already have AI like being brought up. Like we're definitely gonna find a way to time travel at some point. And like I feel
So
like
you do
we're.
believe it is a possible thing?
Oh yeah, I mean like. The possibilities are endless, especially because like, well, I don't really know. Like, I feel like you might know the scientific stuff more, but like, I know in space, like, they measure like distance as time, or time as distance. So like, that definitely, yeah, to me that speaks like levels. If like you can go to space for like 1 year and suddenly it's like 10 on Earth, like that's insane to me. Like that's definitely that has to be linked to time travel. Like no doubt about it. Like what about you?
Well, that would be that technically wouldn't be time travel. That would be time dilation. That is going to be like your difference in
Actually,
time. So
see, like I said, you got the
yeah,
scientific.
actually,
Actually, yeah. Please tell everybody the facts. We need the hardcore facts.
well, yeah. So that would be specifically time dilation. That's just the difference at which the speed of that goes, which is actually like more tied in kind of with um, gravity, which is a really weird thing people don't realize. But time is kind of tied in with gravity. So if there's um, a higher like gravitational pull, I believe it's considered as, I think it's lower whenever it's higher. So whenever there's then less, it's usually,
So
or it might be the other way.
the closer we are to Earth, the what would be like the slower time goes, or
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, that's interesting.
but yeah, it's a weird thing that like I don't fully understand like how they're connected, but a stronger gravity is usually considered to um like be, I believe it's lower.
Okay, chat. Scratch that. Not hardcore facts. Just sort of medium searched up facts because we're not actually scientists. We just like to analyze things we see in the world.
I'm an art major.
That should
There's a
be
reason I'm not a
an art
scientist.
major. We should just like put that in the description. This is not scientifically accurate, but it's still somewhat sort of accurate because science and life.
So do you think we'll be able to potentially, like, this just kind of follow up of the other thing. Do you think we'll potentially be able to figure out time travel in our generation? Or do you think
Oh,
it's going to be like a long time in the future? Because of course, like us average human lives to somewhere around like 75. So
right,
do you
yeah.
think it's going to be in that time? Because that's like 50 roughly years from now.
I It would be interesting to see, but also I'd be terrified if we did figure it out just because of like when you watch movies and like that's always like people's like nitpicky thing. It's like, oh well, technically if you time travel then there would be like an alternate reality and then they go back and forth and it just like doesn't make sense or whatever. Like any like let's say you went back in time, like the butterfly effect, right? If you change one little thing, that could like change so many other things. And like
Well, so that's actually another question I had was, do you
really.
believe in the butterfly effect? If
Oh,
we would say potentially be able to time travel, do you think the butterfly effect's real?
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Because I've literally, like, even just looking at my own life, it's like, well, because if you think about it, like, where you are in life right now, like, how did you get there? Like, you had to do this thing, and then this thing had to happen, and if that thing didn't fall apart, then this thing wouldn't have been introduced. Like, things happen for a reason, you know? Like, I like to believe that, but I'm assuming,
Hmm.
do you believe in the butterfly effect?
So I heavily believe in the butterfly effect because, and I know I somewhat told this to you, but
Mm-hmm.
as like a reclarification kind of for the podcast, I
Yes.
have my really weird like things I get like deeply into, and one of those things was theoretical physics and the string theory specifically, which the string theory is
Mm-hmm.
somewhat what you were explaining earlier. String
Okay.
theory, in like a more layman's term, is a case of anytime you would say, if it would be considered specifically if we're talking about time travel, if you would say travel in time, our current time in space is one specific line, the specific path we're on right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you would say travel in time to the past and you would change, say, instead of now this person meeting this person, now instead of it being a straight line, there's another branch that breaks off. And now you would be on that branch. That is also considered as the butterfly effect. So that is like something that string theory like heavily talks about, is both like time travel and of course more of multiversal travel,
Mm-hmm.
because they're said to be kind of tied hand in hand. But so like that's what that's going into. The butterfly effect is kind of talking about how if you would change one thing, you create that whole other path on the line, because it's
Yeah.
not always a straight line. There are like the different branches of it.
Yeah. Well, you know how like well, cuz I'm a heavy believer in like at least because in my own life I've experienced it way too much where like things will just like blow up. And like I mean like my social groups will just fall apart like suddenly something's not working in my life anymore and like it'll all happen at the same time but then because of that like so many more doors open and I'm a firm believer that the universe does that for a reason. It works in weird ways. Like I feel like it just I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why it's the case, but yeah, it's like the butterfly effect where like if all these things did not happen, then this thing wouldn't have happened. And it's a nice way to look at life too, because then you can go through life and like even though things are hard, you kind of go like okay, well like there has to be a reason, like like I'm going somewhere with this, and
Well, so to kind like work off of your thing,
yeah.
what you're explaining is not the butterfly effect.
Oh, is that like what somebody else?
So that is considered the domino effect.
Oh,
It's a whole nother like scientific thing. So the domino effect is considered as um, events that are usually like obviously linked together, like predictable, like, oh, if this happens, this will follow, or this happened, which caused this to follow. So say like got into an argument with your friend, you stop talking to them, and now these same friend group that you guys shared, now they're not talking to you. That's the domino effect. That
oh.
is, path A led to path B. They're connected.
Whereas like butterfly is like something unrelated. I'm assuming.
Butterfly effect is usually tiny changes that lead to unpredictable outcomes. So like you killed this butterfly.
Damn.
Of course, that's going. Well, that's how people actually explain the butterfly effect. Is if you
Okay.
would say, this is like a lame, easier way of explaining it is if you would go back in time, you kill a butterfly. Well, and now you go back to your time, and now say
Oh my.
the Axis power won World War II, and it wasn't the Allies.
Ah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
There's no way that you could see those connected.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very unpredictable thing, which granted, if you would say follow that butterfly, you might see how it connected. Like, oh, maybe this butterfly landed on this person's nose and made them distracted so they didn't do this. Like,
Okay.
it's like that you could potentially find
Yeah.
a path, but for the most part, you cannot. So that's the
Yeah.
difference between the butterfly effect and the domino effect.
Right. Yeah. Well, like that's what I mean. Like that's what I'm thinking is like, cause like for example, like at least looking back on my life, it's like let's say I don't know, friend groups fall apart, but then this random like opportunity will just like I don't know how to explain it. They'll just like show up because I've had that happen before. Like I did a podcast before, and like that opportunity for me was like just so out of the blue, and it was just like I did not expect it. But it was like just at the right time because like it was like, because I didn't have those friend groups. It's like well I had more time on my hands, so I was like why not, And it's like uh, it's just such weird timing and stuff. I don't know. Have you ever had anything like that where it's like something in your life just like changed drastically, and then but then something else like came and like I don't know like filled that part of your life or whatever.
Mm, I don't know if I could really think of one off the top of my head where it's more of like something came and like filled it.
Hmm.
Like I have had like things that would be considered as kind of chains that kind of like link together. Like I had one year. This is still, I've always considered this one of the worst years of my life.
Really? Okay.
I had one year where my one uncle passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This was years ago. It is what it is. Well, that same year, my dog passed away. That was a few
Oh.
months later. That same year, my grandfather passed away.
Mm.
So they kind of all happened at the same time. I didn't write. I don't think I could think of something that's more like, oh well, this like still like helped me fix
Yeah.
this or like kind of made me make amends with it. But it was kind of like that case of all just kind of happened. And me and my family actually kind of we call that the rule of three
Is
because it
that
seems like anytime one person that we know passes, two more pass.
really? Is that, I wonder if that's like a thing people experience.
I don't know, but like like our family, we actually my grandmother's one neighbor that always came over to her house passed away a couple years back. That same year, somebody that my mother grew up with passed, and somebody else that I can't remember if it was my mother or my grandmother knew that apparently I should have known whenever I was younger also passed. So like all happened same year.
That's crazy timing.
Right. It's like that's why we call it the rule of threes because it's happened two or three times now. We've had a person or like a pet or something pass away, and two others that we knew or someone in our family knew passed away as well.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. No. Like I can't say because like okay, I don't like have that many experiences with like deaths in the family or at least like the people that I like really know. Thank God. Like I'm fortunate. But
I could
yeah.
change that.
Excuse me. Y'all heard it. Himiko's actually a dangerous person. No. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna be the first one to go. I mean, what?
Hello. Okay. Okay. Actually, going back to what you said, actually, because that just made me think of like
Just now? What I just said now?
you're like,
I don't even want to.
anyways, no.
I don't think we want to touch on that topic.
Um, no, yeah, because earlier you asked me like if you think like we'll be like if we'll discover the way to like time travel and stuff like within our age. Like I want to say I'm terrified of it because if it gets into the wrong hands, like how to do that, like you could easily go back in time, for example, and maybe like I don't know, like change the outcome of like a war or something, and like in the wrong hands, like that could be really bad, you know?
Oh yeah, in the wrong hands, it could be a terrifying thing because
Yeah.
you don't know what someone's going to do with it. You don't know exactly what may
Maybe
happen if they do.
maybe they'll
Because
steal
that's the other
Christmas.
thing. While someone might say change the outcome of a war,
Mm.
they don't fully know what may happen from it. And once again, that's the
Yeah.
case of the butterfly effect. You never know. So
Mhm.
just because say they stopped, say instead like Japan won some specific war,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean Japan's now going to be like the rulers of say the United States or something.
Yeah.
It's something that's unpredictable. Just because that happened, that doesn't mean like oh now Japan's like now maybe they're just completely closed off and maybe they're more like Korea where it's like completely closed off because now they
Mm.
have so many people who are out to get them or something. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing is like it's also like that's why the butterfly effect is considered so unpredictable because you never know what's going to happen from what you do.
No, yeah, exactly. Sorry. If you I don't know if it's like picking up on the
It
podcast, so like
is.
yeah, okay. If anybody's listening, I keep turning off my mic because I'm just getting over a sickness and I'm like I don't want to cough in your guys' ears, so I'm back though. Yeah, no. Yeah, cuz like I mean like okay, like one it would be like really cool to go into the future and like see what. But also, I feel like okay. Isn't there some dangers with like seeing the future too, though? Because like, what if you go into the future and you see something? Like, for example, let's say like, for like some kind of president or something decides to like go in the future and is all like, oh, like my family lineage got killed off or something, and then they decide like I don't want that to happen, so then they go and try and change it. But then that like, what if that needed to happen for XYZ to happen, and then it's like I don't know. Like yeah, it's like how we were talking about like things need to happen for certain things to also happen. Like I don't
Yeah.
really know like the details of it because I'm not really informed that much on like the details of like how politics and stuff works. But like yeah, like I can only imagine like the things that people might do to like have a specific outcome to happen. Like, it already happens like in the present. Like, imagine if they had like control over like things in the past and then things in the future. It's like that would just be so messy. You know, it would be so messy.
Well, so that also has its own term as well.
Wait, there's
So
more.
the case of how you're saying, say going to the future, you seeing something like say someone getting hit by a car, you trying to stop it.
Mhm.
That's called the predestination paradox, I think.
Oh, really?
Right, predestination paradox, something like that.
Okay.
And it's the case of it's when someone like somehow knows like the future, of course, if it's time travel, if it's whatever,
Yeah.
and they try to prevent it,
Mm.
it's considered as those specific actions are what causes it. Because,
Oh.
of course, some people believe in like people having like like their fate's already built, everything like that. Well, in the case of if that were true, if you have like a specific fate that is already like laid out, and
Mm.
you see the future, you try to change it, usually, and this is portrayed in like different movies and shows and stuff as
Right.
well,
Yeah.
where they try to change it and it just ends up being they're the cause of it. So
Yeah.
say it's the case of, oh, this person gets killed in a car accident, like they're crossing the street, they get hit by a car. So say you try to stop them from like ever going by a car, like you saw in the thing, they were walking alone to uh not get hit by the car. So what you do is say you always go with them. Every single time they cross the street, you're right beside them.
Yeah.
That's you presenting, trying to prevent it. You're trying to prevent destiny. Well, now you end up causing it because the one moment, say you hear someone call your name, they already start walking. They notice you're not by their side. They turn, they look at you. Now they just got hit by a car
That's crazy. No, but then do
because
you
now
think?
they stopped to look at you. So now you're the reason that it
Mm.
caused it because you made them paranoid about their own future. You
Yeah.
tried to prevent it by doing a specific thing. Whenever you stop doing that or something else along those lines, they question as well. Boom, it happens right there. That's considered as the, like I said, I think it's the predestination paradox.
Interesting. Well, do you think, okay, like branching off of that, do you think like let's say with your example, like the person like still passes away, but then like the friend or whatever, or whoever's trying to protect whoever, like is that in itself an alternate reality where like the cause of death is different? Like, do you think like there can be multiple different causes of deaths in like different like
Well, so
universes?
usually that stuff, at least from like other things I've read and watched, it's a case of it is a like set in stone thing, or how we can explain it for Into the Spider Verse, of course, explained it as it's a
Ooh,
canon event. It's something
yeah.
that's going to happen no matter what. So
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
it is technically a spin in the multiverse. If you like, it would be that split. So instead of it being, say, oh, you didn't know this was going to happen, so you're not trying to prevent it. It happens.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what you do, it's going to happen. So you do know it happens. You try to stop them from walking across the street alone. Some reason they end up doing it. Boom, they get hit. Another option, say you never make it, you try to make it so they never go outside. Well, one day they get curious. Boom, still happens. If it's
Yeah.
supposed to be the set in stone thing or canon event that is set to happen no matter what, yes, it would be a multiversal thing. Just because, of course, if you try to prevent it, it'd be one like lead up to it. If you didn't try to prevent it, it'd be the normal lead up. If you say try to prevent it but in a different way, it'd be a different lead up. So yes, it would be strongly connected to being different multiverses, different timelines and paths to get to the same point that has to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, cause then like, okay, do you think like, well, do you believe in that though? Like, do you like think that let's say people's destinies are like predetermined and like no matter what you do, like your specific outcome that's like planned for you is supposed to happen?
I think it is to an extent. I think it's to a case of I do believe there are things that are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like I said, like if say you went to the future, you saw your friend die, that if that is something that is supposed to happen, I do believe those are a thing.
Yeah.
Now, life leading up to that, I think is different. So it's the case
Mm.
of that's why, like, yes, you can completely choose your own life. You can go to college. You can work a full time job. You could be a deadbeat and not work at all. You could be homeless. Like you could decide how your life is leading up to that.
Yeah.
But these I feel like through life there are specific things that are set in stone that no matter what you do, they're going to happen. If that's say, oh, you could say potentially you never work a day in your life, but in this reality, you never work a day in your life, but you find a random lottery ticket. It's for $1 billion. Now you're rich. Don't even have to worry about it. In another life or a different multiverse, you work as hard as you can. You are well off already, and you say like you're just like a CEO, you make $1 billion. Like that $1 billion is say the canon thing that's supposed to happen in your life is that somehow you get to that.
Yeah.
I do believe those are a case. I just think it depends. Like I don't think everything's decided. I think you do have the things you can control, but there are specific spots in time, like things that will happen that have to happen.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, like it's like the canon event thing you're talking about. Like maybe not like everything in between is like supposed to happen, but it's like certain things are supposed to happen regardless of like how you get there.
And that's what I think, and that's why, of course, there is like the case of like I explained with the predestination paradox is um, no matter what you do, if you try to stop something, it's still going to happen. That shows that all that other stuff is like completely undetermined.
It's
Like it's not like a guaranteed thing to happen because you
filler
could try it all
episodes.
these different ways. It's different stuff,
Yeah.
but it still leads to the same outcome.
Yeah.
So that's why I think like there's certain things that are fate.
I was trying to think of the word. It's filler episodes. I was like, yeah, they're like
It's
it's
filler
they're
episodes.
all
Wild.
all the filler
Your life
episodes.
is a filler episode. The only episodes that matter is where something tragic
I
happens.
mean, basically, it's kind of life though. That's how I look at it. But I'm a whimsical person. I like to romanticize the heck out of life. I'm like, yeah, I'm in this chapter, this era of my life. I'm in my grind era, in my yeah, I don't know, words.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna switch to my
It's been a
earbuds real
second.
quick.
It's been a
I will
second.
kill you.
One, two. He doesn't mean that, guys. Chat, just be wary. I'll entertain you guys in the meantime, I suppose. La di da di da. Got that 1-800 something something hit my line. Do you guys like Baby No Money? I feel like Baby No Money is a good artist. Except right now, as we're recording this, apparently Bro's like disappeared or something. So I don't really know. Uh, but like killer songs. I liked him since his days of the La 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 song. And it's crazy how much he's blown up. I don't know why I'm talking about Baby No Money. I think it's because I literally have a GIF sent from Himiko to me of Baby No Money in a Miku costume. I think it's Miku. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying my random dialogue as we wait for Himiko to come
RTP.
back.
Oh wow, BB and no dollar sign. That's it. That's
That's
right.
me.
That's
That's
it.
why.
That's right.
Did you hear
And
did you
H I
hear my
M.
endless yap?
Legendary. Yeah, man.
My
And that's it.
pointless yap.
Well, I'm still here listening. I was listening. I just was
Yes,
muted for a second.
we love a good yap.
So to kind of go back into the case, if I asked you if you believed we would have like time travel in our generation, I think we will to a extent. I think so. Right now, scientists are already have discovered something called a ring wormhole.
Okay,
I
yeah,
explained this to you the other day. You probably don't
yes,
remember because you were dying.
Oh yeah, I was sick and I was like, guys, we don't talk about it. We were supposed to film last week, and then I fell off the face of the planet. I'm alive now though.
No,
Anyways,
she still is off the face of the planet.
just a little bit. I keep having a cough.
But anyway, so a ring wormhole is believed to be a like stable wormhole that you could that it's believed that it's potentially going to be able to be a way for us to time travel. It's very much like theoretical right now, but so the thought is that a ring wormhole can technically be like at two different points in time. So it's kind of like a doorway. You'd
Yeah.
enter one way, come out the other side.
Okay.
It is believed that ring wormholes will be able to be a key point in doing that because if say one end is here right now, another point, say it's closer to like a um like black hole or like high speed motion, then boom, it's at a different time. So if it's by like the black hole, I believe it would be like in like the past.
Okay.
It's very much built on what ifs. And like
Mhm.
this is once again going back in the whole time dilation thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
If like one end of it is for some reason traveling slower or faster, of course, closer to a black hole or some reason traveling like at a higher speed than light, then that it could technically act as a doorway to get someone from one end to another. There's some like
Oh.
science behind it of people kind of more looking into it of how it could work or
Yeah.
potentially be used. But right now it's very hypothetical because or theoretical because a lot of it's like if this happens, then we can do this.
Mm.
But we have no way of controlling for this to happen.
Yeah, like I feel like it's very like risky to like, cause and it's like I was talking about it to you before too. It's like, cause let's say you do send somebody in, like how would you know if it was like if it worked if you don't know where they ended up?
Exactly. And that's why I think it will be able to be like a thing in our lifetime to an extent. I think scientists will find a way to send someone somewhere and find a way to like communicate with them. But I don't think we, in our timeline, I don't think they'll be able to like control it. So I think it'll be like a case of like, oh, they send Dave through it. Dave goes to the past, has some type of device that allows him to send some type of message through time. If that's through like Morse code, if that's through like different radio frequencies, if that's through like some type of detector on him specifically, I don't
Yeah.
know. But I think that would be possible, but I don't think scientists will know how to make it. So, oh, you want to go to 1982? Go through this, you can. You want to go to 2042? Go through this, you can. Like, I don't think we'll be able to
Mm.
do that, but I think we
Yeah.
will be able to more travel in some way.
Can you imagine? Because it's like also like unless you can physically learn how to like make one of those like what's it called, a wormhole? Yeah.
That one's a ring wormhole, yes.
What's it called? I thought a ringworm at
A,
first. I was like, not ringworm. No. Wait,
a,
wormhole.
a
Yeah.
ring wormhole. So a difference between a
Oh.
ring wormhole and like a normal wormhole. A ring wormhole is believed to have they call it like a throat. So it's like an extra like hole that allows for the connection.
Oh, like that's the ringworm hole. But then what's okay? So then what's like a wormhole? Is it just like endless then, or like?
Yeah, so it's believed a wormhole is more of just like an endless thing through like space, while a ring wormhole actually has like a ring or a throat. It's called some people call it a ring, some call it a throat, and that's like that like connector that allows it to also be connected to another one compared to the
Oh.
other ones just kind of get you lost
Yeah.
in space.
Fun. Who wouldn't want to do that? No, yeah.
Yeah, right? It sounds like fun.
So fun. No, yeah, but okay, yeah, like that's what I like. If like unless people knew how to actually like replicate that, it would be really hard to like control like this. Unless like, wait, do they move? Like, do the ringworm holes like move ever, or like disappear, or, like reappear, or are they just kind of like
Well, it's a
stagnant?
case of a ring wormhole is just like it's a whole nother like what if thing. A
Okay.
ring wormhole, it is theorized to be able to be made and held stably,
Hmm.
but
Sounds
it's
terrifying.
something that could also just collapse and just be gone, or go to like another like time and space itself. So
Okay.
it's very much um, a thing with can't fully be understood yet, because the wormholes in general require like sometimes like different type of matter that has like negative energy built into it,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it so a wormhole can even be like formed,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's never been able to be observed.
Hmm.
So it's like if we could say observe a wormhole, figure out what this negative energy or what this is that's expelling the negative energy, I think we could potentially cause it so the wormhole won't disappear or be able to be kind of conjured in a specific spot.
Yeah.
But once again, it's the case of how do you do the output without someone else being there doing it as well?
Yeah. Right. And it's like, let's say, okay, because I'm still like trying to. I don't know how much like you comprehended, but like I'm still trying to like comprehend. Because like you said, like with time dilation, right? Because I'm picturing
Yeah,
like let's say, because like it's like the distance, like the more you like the longer the distance, the more time has passed, right? Like through space.
yeah,
So then,
something like that. Yes.
okay, wait, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to picture this in my mind right now. So I love, see, this is okay. I'm glad you brought up that you want to do this topic because, like, I love topics like this that just make you go, like your brain just short circuits a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more fun.
yeah, right. Well, that's okay. Okay, okay, okay. This is kind of unrelated, but I was thinking about this too. Um, like I heard this saying where, because like the way we perceive the world, right, is not like isn't like is it like I don't know if this is true, but I've heard the term or like the phrase or whatever that like time. Well, yeah, like time isn't linear, right? Like technically, you could be experiencing the past, present, and future at the same time. Just the way we perceive it is like in a linear space. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I remember when I was like looking into all this like self help stuff and whatever, they were like technically like if you are experiencing the future, you could like connect yourself to your like future self in a way like mentally, and I'm wondering if there's like an actual way to do that, or like like what if that's like what monks are doing, like what if that's like what they're doing up in there. Like I don't know, because wouldn't that just be like enlightenment, like maybe this is a whole other realm and sector of like topics, but like I don't, it's making my mind just like explode right now, and like
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, I don't know, maybe I sound like I'm going delulu, but because
So
like
what you're talking about is, I believe, called the block universe theory.
dang, you know all these
Um,
theories. Wait, I need to start doing my research.
I know a lot of theories.
Block, what's it?
So
Block
the
theory?
block universe theory.
Universe theory. Okay.
So as you were saying, humans perceive time as linear, meaning past is
Yeah.
done, present is now, future has happened.
Right. Yeah.
The block universe theory goes into how you said past, present, and future
Ooh.
all exist simultaneously.
Yeah. Yeah.
A way that is usually like explained to people is a book. So while you may experience one page at a time, all the story already exists.
Yeah.
So that is how the block universe theory is usually explained, like in a simple ways, is looking at a book. While we see it as
Okay.
the present is now, past already happened,
Yeah.
future is still coming. A book is a case of, yeah, you might say you might be on page 46,
Yeah.
but you could still very easily go back to page 1, or you could very easily skip through the entire thing and go to page 212.
Yeah. Yeah. But I
And so
mean,
that's
it's
the
probably
block
not
universe
as.
theory is going off of that it is still,
Yeah.
it's all already done. And that goes into the case of like the whole fate canon events things that we were already talking about.
Hmm.
is that's another view, is that it is all already written out for us. It's already all been written down. It's in a book,
Yeah.
and that is like our life is just kind of a story.
Yeah.
Others, other theories are, of course, is that everything's happening
Yeah.
at like one time. Like you're writing your own story. Others believe that there's that once again, like I said, I believe there are specific things that are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So like those are kind of like, oh, you have a story, but it's like they just have say like things jotted down, but they don't have the story written, and they're
Mm.
writing as they go to reach certain climaxes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cause like I don't know. It. Yeah. Wait. I lost my train of thought again. Like my mind isn't like. Just like insert like an intermission, like elevator music, like. How does the elevator music go? Do 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 do
I don't
do.
know. Elevator music, that's too mainstream.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do you believe in that? Like the block theory or block universe theory?
Well, no, like I just said, like I told you earlier, what like I
Like
believe in
you're more into
is
like
that,
string theory, I'm assuming?
well, it's all like kind of connected in a way.
Yeah.
String theory is just saying that it's all connected in some way. It could break off depending what happens. I'm saying how I told you earlier that I believe canon events are already a thing, but
Mm.
the rest we are doing ourselves.
Yeah.
The block theory is going saying that everything is already done. So the canon events, what's leading up to the canon events, everything is done. It's already written down.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
like fate. I believe, and there might be a name for this theory. I don't know this one,
Yeah.
but it's a case of I believe there's just specific things that are meant to happen, and where as we go, we are writing our own stories to get to these plot points.
Yeah.
So, like how in
Hmm.
theater, there's different acts. This act is about, say, you getting your own place. Everything else is your own thing leading before till you lead up to that act. Like you know you want that to be act three.
Okay.
Okay, you're making your own. You're writing your own story to get to act three.
Right. Well, cuz yeah,
Compared to the
that's
block theory or block universe theory is it's already written down. You're just following a script, pretty much.
ah, okay, okay.
A
Well, cuz
script, of
like
course, that you don't know.
well, yeah, because I was gonna say like, the way I look at life at least is like, uh, well, especially since I left school, right? Because like when you're in school, it's like everything's kind of like predetermined for you, like in that way. Like oh, you go to first year, second year, like whatever. You graduate, get your diploma, and now you get a job. Like it kind of is like laid out for you. But like when I left school, like the biggest thing for me was like getting myself to like do things when I there's no one like up my butt saying like, hey, you need to hand this in, you need to do this, you need to do that, right? And
Yeah,
it's like but then because it's like let's say certain canon events are supposed to happen blah 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 like do you consider like getting your career or like whatever you're like I don't know like everybody has their own like what I want to do in life like their like main goal or whatever like do you think that because like if it does come true is that because it was meant to happen or because you made it happen or both like you know what I mean
I I think it's a case of if it does happen, that's because it was meant to happen.
hmm
If it's like say, of course, that depends. If like say you're, and it could be kind of like, or it could be argued both ways. It's because you made it happen or because it's supposed to.
yeah
The whole case of like canon events is a whole like bag of worms. Like it's like, oh, you open it, like you could say that technically anything could be a canon event.
mm,
There's no way to define what actually is. So, say you could technically say you eating breakfast today, and specifically say having waffles was a canon event.
okay yeah
Theoretically, that's true. It could have been.
yeah
If you say you went to, if last year you were in the past, you went to the future and saw that exact thing happening that exact day, that shows it was a canon event.
hmm
Or, of course, if you tried to stop it, it still happened.
yeah
That could show it was a canon event. But there, that's why it's like it's a whole thing on its own there. that like you can never really define what is a canon event, as everything technically could be. Until you have proof of it, it's just a theory. So I
Yeah.
could theorize that me going to work today was a canon event. I could theorize that this specific thing, what happened today at work, would have happened no matter what I did.
Yeah.
But others could say like, no, that was your doing. You went to work today and all this stuff happened because you chose to work today.
Yeah.
But if I say chose to not go to work today, none of the things that happened today would have happened. So it could be argued either way, that it could be, say your dream job is supposed to be a can event, but it could also be argued that the only reason it happened is because you made it happen.
Makes sense, yeah.
There's no way to really define what is a canon event, unless, of course, like I said, you tried to stop it and it still happened. Like if you knew it was going to
Yeah, like
happen,
there's no way to
you
really
try to
know.
stop it, it still does. Right.
Yeah. Which like
Unless somehow you could see the future and you attempt to change said future and it still happens, there's no way to know what is supposed to happen and what you're doing yourself. And that's why the whole talk about people's fate in their destiny is like a whole argument. Some people believe it's that our lives are already like laid out for us. Others believe we're making it our own. There's no way to say for sure what the answer is because,
yeah.
of course, we can't see what's supposed to be happening to know. Like, it's not like, oh, you play a video game that's a multi choice video game, like, say, Detroit Become Human.
Mm.
That game, you can look up every single ending
Really?
and you make your choice. Well, yeah, everybody, 800
Oh,
people have,
okay, yeah, yeah. I've played
like
games like
so
that where
many
it's
people
like
have,
you like different endings
right,
and
people
stuff.
have played video games and shown like videos or like playthroughs, whatever. So you could say, look up what specific answers you have to choose to get to a specific ending.
Mm.
Now you know the ending. If you then still choose different options and you get a different ending, that's of course because you chose different options.
Huh.
Our lives, we don't have that option. I can't just look up my life and see what steps I have to do to get to a specific end goal.
Mm.
There's no way for us to know that. So that's the problem with the whole fate and destiny thing, is there's no scientific backing to said argument.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I already feel like I'm doing like a what's it called like a that's like contortionist. Like my brain's doing contortions right now, trying to like wrap my head around like because it's like because yeah, there is no way for us to know like really like everything's like a theory right now, right? But like there's no way to actually like really know unless like you kind of I don't know. I guess I don't know what happens after death, but like maybe we'd know. Maybe we'd find out. Maybe we'd be like, aha.
Well, that's once again, that's another whole thing. Like people argue what happens after death, but
Yeah.
once again, there's no way to answer that question without that proof because
Without it actually
so
happening to you.
everything's once again, well, yeah, once again, everything's a theory until you have proof.
Yeah.
If you say die and it is just black, okay, well, somehow you come back to life. Now you know there's nothing afterwards.
Makes sense.
Or say you die and you see like
Yeah.
people, of course, believing in heaven. You see angels, you see God, like you see all this stuff. Then you come back to life. Okay, that proves to you what's supposed to happen, like what comes after
Mm.
death.
Yeah, because so many
But
people have like
until
talked about those experiences and stuff.
right, but of course, it's like a case of if one person or like a small group of people say like, oh, they experienced this person experiences, it's once again the case of how do you believe them without proof? So
Yeah.
then that's another thing. It is still a theory without proof. Just
Yeah.
because for you experience this does not mean Frank over there is going to experience the same thing. And now
Mm.
you and him are saying two completely different things. So now what do you believe? Are
Mm.
both of them right? Are one of them lying? You never know. So
Yeah.
then if you say have that proof to back up your theory, that's why they always say it's a theory until you have your proof as well. Then it's that case of, okay, if you can prove to me that you died, saw heaven, came back to life, if you could then prove to me for sure that you saw heaven, like, oh, you got like, like God just appeared beside you, or like you sprouted wings, like you are an angel now. Like, okay, now I have proof. Now I can
Yeah,
believe
like
you.
you'd be like, oh, well, okay, like sick, let's go.
But until then, it's just a case of how do I know what you're saying is true, especially in the age of the internet. The amount of people who tell you random things is like extremely vast, and you can't believe everything you read just because this
Yeah,
person said that they saw God. The next person might be like, "Oh, I saw darkness after I died," or that other person might be like, "I saw my family." Like you never. It's like all these different things could be said. One of them might be telling the truth, but the other five could be lying. How do
yeah.
you know who's telling the truth
Two
without
truths and a
something
lie,
showing you it?
real life edition, or I guess five truths and a lie, or you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
five lies and a truth.
Five lies and a truth, guys. No, yeah. Yeah, I really like thinking about that stuff. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I think about at like 2 a.m. in my shower. You know, like after you've done a long shift at work and you're just like contemplating, why am I here? And then you're singing in the shower and you're like, wait, life.
Like I said, like I had a phase. Like my friend experienced this with me because he kind of got stuck dealing with it.
Yeah.
I had a phase where I got very much into theoretical physics. And
Really?
I was
Okay.
listening to a podcast all the time. I was reading up on different theories, different things. It
Yeah.
was primarily string theory, but it kind of like branched out in like different ways as well.
Right. Yeah.
But it was primarily that and like quantum theory.
Yeah.
That's where like my like fascination was. So like one day for my friend's birthday, we went to it was his 21st birthday. We went bowling. Afterwards, me and him, his family went to a casino. I ended up just driving to save gas instead of both of us driving. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there as we're talking. I literally am listening. It's not like I just put it on, but the entire time from earlier that day, the day before, this I had a theoretical physics podcast playing in my car. It was
Yeah.
just a random fascination I had at the time.
Mm.
Why? Couldn't tell you, but it's
It
just
happens. You get the itch, you know?
right. You get the itch to learn
Yeah.
or to
Mm.
hear what others say. And like that was kind of my thing is I had an itch to learn about string theory because I find time travel fascinating. I find the
Mm.
whole multiversal travel thing or time dilation, all this, I find it very fascinating to look into or think about
Yeah.
because it truly makes you question what's real, what's not, what's supposed to happen, what's not. Am I doing things correctly? Like, what
Yeah.
is the true path to life? Like, it makes you question all these things. It's very fascinating in my mind.
Stop, because no, literally, like I find joy in like learning about like life, and like I'm gonna sound like a total like maybe like nerd or whatever. I don't know. Some people might be like, what the heck? But like, uh, genuinely, like I don't know. If you're not questioning like what's going on in life, like how, like how are you not? You know? Yeah.
So, one other question I do want to ask, and then we can kind of close this off. I don't know how long we've actually been
Whole
going
yap
at this. I
session.
have no
We're
clue.
getting that time.
We
Yeah.
we talk a lot,
Yeah.
hence why we have
Yeah.
podcasts.
It's like this is why we were like, hey, let's start a podcast.
Um, so if you say could time travel right now, is there anywhere specific, like would you prefer to go to the past, the future? Is there anywhere specific you would want to go? Or you like you wouldn't want to time travel even if you could?
I okay. See, I remember like this is like one of those questions like you would just ask your friends and stuff, right? So I have my answer locked and ready. um,
Right. This is one that I thought was like an easier one to try kind of like chime it down from the whole like science stuff and theory stuff. This is just a question of what would you do? Would you time travel? Like stuff like that. Just kind of tame it question.
yeah,
And of course, anyone who's watching this, listening to this, answer as well. Like, would you time travel if you could? If you could, where would you? When and where would you go, and why?
yes, yes. Let us know. Let us know. Um, but yeah, I okay. So my thing is, I don't think I'd want to go into the future because I don't want. I like enjoying my life though, like as I'm going through it. Like if I knew where I was gonna end up, I feel like it's like that's like the whole like finding out something's gonna happen and like what if I don't want it to happen? It's like I don't think I'd want to like live my life on edge like that. So I kind of like going in it blind if that makes sense. But I think I would go in the past simply because I would love to see what my parents were like as kids and like growing up. Not gonna lie, like, cause it's like I don't know. You've known your parents have known you your whole life, but you've never known them your whole life. You know, so I feel like that would be kind of cool to do. What about you?
Mhm. So if I could, I also would not go to the future. I
Mm,
think going to the future is just too scary, in my opinion, because if you see something that's supposed to happen, then that is constantly stuck in your head.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
If
know.
like that is constantly stuck in your mind of like, um, oh, I saw, say, this war breaking out, like just starting. I know what started. I saw what started
Mm.
it.
Ooh, yeah.
Now it's like that is constantly in your mind of like that's I traveled to 2056.
Hmm.
That is 30 years away. Like
Yeah,
now
that's
every day you
crazy.
are like we're looking at the clock and you're like, I know this happens on this day. And yeah, you could travel to the future and say not see anything other than you living a happy life, seeing say your family still living happy. You could see that stuff, yes. But
Hmm.
there's no guarantee that you'll see that and not say something like I said, like a war breaking out or a family member dying or something like that. Because then you
Yeah.
will constantly be looking at that in your mind and watching the clock,
I feel like you'd be
seeing
going insane, like actually, you know?
you would. You would end
Yeah.
up going insane because then you are paranoid of it happening. Because if it say once again, like I said, 2056, 30 years in the future, say it is like right now, if it was today, but in 30 years, every day from today, you'll be watching the clock.
Yeah,
Because then
right?
you'll know, like, this is coming up. You'll be like, yeah, you could prepare.
Yeah.
That would be nice, is you could prepare for it. But it's the case of you're going to be scared. You're going to be paranoid because you know it's coming up and others won't listen to you. You can tell them, like, guys, I saw the future in 30 years. There's going to be a war between the north side and like the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, like
Yeah.
a huge war. Like, okay, who's going to believe you? One or
Hmm.
two people, maybe, but most people will not believe you.
Yeah.
Now, if I could go anywhere, um, I don't know where I specifically would go. One thought that always comes like that comes to my mind that I think would be cool would be what September September 20 something. I can't think what it is. September 27, 1905.
Hmm.
You probably don't even know what happens around that time.
No clue. Yeah.
So that's the year that Einstein figures out E equals mc squared.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that is I can't remember the exact date. September 20 something,
Yeah.
but it is 1905. That is whenever he um, first like formulated the concept of like mass energy equivalence, which is of course what leads to E equals mc squared. So I would that's just like some like random one. Of course, there might be like better stuff or like cooler stuff to see, but everybody knows Einstein.
Okay, okay,
Everybody
wait.
knows
Hold the
this
phone.
equation.
Because okay, see, I graduated high school and then I went to school for psychology. So my knowledge of like math and stuff is a little fuzzy. What was E equals MC squared again? Like what is that like?
So, is there something else you're saying? Because you started talking again,
Huh?
or are you just re-asking the question?
Oh, I was just re-asking the question. Like what is it?
Okay, so at E equals mc squared, like I don't know, like fully in depth, but I know it's the case of energy and like mass are pretty much the same thing. Like you could swap energy and mass with each other
Yeah.
and still get the same outcome from it. So
Hmm.
that might be that going and looking at say uh My brain's raging right now.
Yeah, same.
It was going, and
It
then
was
I just
going.
lost it.
It's going. It's the
So it's
ADHD.
pretty much like the case of that mass can be like made into energy. So if it's like that, the C and MC squared. So the C squared is like a large thing of energy, and a small amount of mass can hold that large thing of energy. So it's just kind of like a conversion rate, pretty much.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like just like to like not go, of course, like extremely in depth, but it's pretty much a conversion rate. If you would look at as the case of if say, of course, isn't the actual numbers. I don't know the actual numbers, but if say you would say um, 500 mass is congruent to 3 energy, like of course random numbers, but that's what it pretty much is saying that they could be interchangeable in that way, just like how like monetary value can be switched, how a dollar, say like a US dollar is like $4 in Romanian, whatever that their currency is, which that's actually true. It's $4 and something
Math.
cents for a US dollar to Romanian, whatever their currency is.
Okay.
It's $4 and something cents. I looked this up the other day because me
Wow.
and my volleyball teammates were looking at the fact that um, you can buy a castle in Romania and it's for the low price of like $1.3 million, and in US dollars that is like 300K. So if you hear about me buying a castle in Romania,
Bro. I was gonna say, I was like, this is such a random, like, I love how. See, what if that was the butterfly effect? You guys searched it up, so now you can talk about it in the podcast.
I'm, I don't care either way. If I randomly have 300K that I could spend on a castle in Romania, we talked about getting a hype house.
Oh my
What
god.
about a castle?
A
Hype
hype
castle.
castle? Okay, wait, hold up. You gotta include me in this.
Thoughts on the hype
Obviously.
castle?
Guys, like and subscribe for the hype castle.
Hype house, boring. Already done. Hype
Yeah,
castle?
hype castle. That
We could
would
try to
actually be
travel to
lit though.
Romania.
Wait, that'd actually be so lit, guys. One day when I'm like a billionaire, whenever like the universe decides, hey, it's your time. I'll get a castle, and you guys can name it.
In Romania. It's
In
gonna be our hype
Romania.
castle.
In Romania. Yep. Anyways.
But yeah. So like
Just crickets.
so like it the other whole thing about it to like think about that makes it even more fun is if you would actually go live in Romania. I don't know for you, but I know for at least USD to, I think it's a lose. I think it's a
Uh-huh.
Romanian leu.
A loo. What's a loo?
Um,
Like a
I'd
bathroom?
be much more rich if I was there because like I think it's like $2,000 in USD is like 8.5, 8.6, maybe 8.7, 6, 7.
6, 7 is
Um,
crazy.
but it's like 8.6 or 8.7
Hmm.
thousand. So
Okay.
2,000 US dollars is 8.6 thousand in Romanian lus.
What's a loo? Is that like their currency?
So I don't know
Loo.
how expensive stuff is there, but if my money is more than quadrupled for moving there, if say the cost of stuff is still roughly the same, I will happily go to Romania.
Heck yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. I feel like we've been yapping.
I think I
Uh,
lost my
we
friend.
were like, let's end the episode. We just added a whole another 10 minutes of
I
just
think my
yapping.
friend died.
Wait, hello? Can you hear me? Oh my god. Wait a
How
second.
are you dead? I
Chat. Hello?
think I was dead.
Oh wait, 1 second.
Hey guys, this is my stream. This isn't a stream. This is a podcast. This is my podcast.
Let me try rejoining.
But she's
Hello?
dead.
Can you hear
She
me?
just left the call and rejoined, but she's dead. She's not talking to me.
Is my
I
mic
don't know
on?
what happened. Huh? Her
My
thing lit
my
up green.
my mic's on.
I can hear it. Carl's back.
Oh wait, what the heck?
Woo!
Okay, I don't. Okay, bro, the connection. No, I was just saying how I was like, oh, like we just added 10 minutes of yap, and we should probably end the episode here. And then my thing died, and I'm like, oh, there's another like 20 minutes of just fiddling around. Anyways,
Yeah, you're right though. But
this-
anyways, that was our topic about time travel. I personally love the whole thing. Like I said, if you want to like talk, say in like the comments where you would go if you could travel time, if you have your own theories about time, about canon events, everything like that, feel free to leave a comment. We said this before. If you would potentially want to be in an episode, you could always say something in the comments as well.
woo.
We're looking to potentially do that in the future. Or if you want to give us money so we can get to 1.3 billion, I mean, million Romanian lose, so we could get our hype castle. That is also much appreciated. Uh, I want a hype castle.
Absolutely, but like 10 V-bucks is also kind of nice. So like, if you want to slip that in there.
So
Anyways.
if you want to give us 300,000 USD and however many V-bucks she just said, because I
A
already
whole
forget,
10 V-bucks. That's all I need, guys.
a whole
And I'm
10
a happy girl.
V-bucks
I'm a happy
to
person. Just
I will take 300,000 USD, and Kala will take 10 V.
give me them V-bucks.
So anyone wants to make that happen, let us know. We'll find a way.
Alrighty.
I want a hype castle.
Hype Castle. Alright, guys. That's
Hype castle.
that. I think that's a wrap. We'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, leave your comments down below for the Hype Castle. Alright, bye.
Au revoir.